other questions, Danny Pete?
Coach, was that just your typical midweek fifth inning?
Tuesday night brawl, right? I mean, I had to pull a team together and say, hey, guys, it's the same for everybody. Everybody's short on arms. Everybody's trying to throw young guys. Everybody's trying to get through their midweeks because conference is so big. And they were in the same situation as us. We just hadn't gotten into that bullpen yet. And the guys did a great job of just being patient, just going there and taking what they give you. But you usually start to see that on Tuesdays and Sundays in this league. So, and we did a good job of winning that game.
Steve?
Along those lines too, you mentioned kind of getting some guys some work and things like that. You know, I know you were able to do that, but fortunately able to win the baseball game. I mean, how important is it to get those guys out there but not have to sacrifice victory?
That's huge. I mean, and we're just trying to get an extra guy or two going. I thought Logan Forsythe is really good today. You know, Pico had 1 inning scripted. I thought he did a great job. And he's still going to take some time to get back to his most competitive self. But he showed good velo. I've told Coach, Pico's like the nicest kid you'll ever come across day to day. And I've told Park all year, I said, you haven't seen him in a real game. And it took like 2 hitters, and he's yelling at the hitter, get in the box. And you could just, he wasn't thinking about his arm, he was just competing and getting after it. And that's what you get with Pico. That's why he's such a talented player.
Coach, that's 2 straight good outings for Colby. What have you seen from him in the past couple of weeks?
Command, you know, and confidence. And it's huge. You know, on Saturday we get a hole by Carson Ligon, and he gives us the hole today. I mean, you have to stop the bleeding and give us a chance to come back. And they have some really good hitters in that lineup. I mean, they hit everybody for the first 4 or 5 innings, and then it just stopped. And that's Colby.
Doug?
Coach, 50 runs in the last 4 games, and it looks like you're even bunting more than you did last year, you know, with Dylan and Johnny and everything. How versatile is this offense?
Well, I like them more when I don't have to bunt, you know. So, but they're athletic and they can do a lot of things. I think I don't think you got a one-dimensional offense. I think we can steal some bases. We can bunt. You know, one thing we've done over the last 4 or 5 games is it's a lot of first to third. We scored a handful of guys from first. I mean, you know, we're a pretty athletic offense, which I like.
Steve?
You mentioned it's like the last couple of years, it's like you started losing guys, but now you're in a situation where you mentioned Ligon coming, Holcomb coming, and then Bradley, and perhaps Pico, of course. How important is that when you get into SEC play to be adding arms rather than losing arms?
Well, you know, you want to add them and have them pitching good, so it is important. And getting those guys back in the mix and pitching at where they're comfortable at and feeling confident is huge. I mean, it's you know, Bradley every week's giving us a little bit more to where you can take it's nice to have a starter in the midweek and just be able to run him out there. So it's been a blessing here for getting Pico back is huge. I think Pico can be a real big piece for us down the road.
You get another game where you let up 9 runs early on, but again, you see that the sort of response you want to. I know those aren't situations you want to be in, but is it comforting that on the mound and at bat you can?
Well, I just think the guys are starting to believe in themselves a little bit. Instead of pressing and panic in there, it was more like, all right, let's get to work, and that's what you do in this game. And all you can do is play every inning like you're like the same, consistent, and not try to. My fear was they tried to do too much, but they didn't. They took the walks, they took the HPPs, they helped us a little bit, but that's what we helped them a little bit. So I think that helped.
David?
Building off the comment on offenses, looking ahead now to the weekend, being able to do a lot of things offensively, how much confidence are you going into your first true road weekend?
Against a really good team. So it's just going to be a war. I mean, it's going to be, we're going to have to go out there and play, compete, and fight, and have a great 2-strike fight. They have some really talented arms. They pitched really well this year. And we're in their place, you know, I mean, that makes a difference. And so, but it's, you know, a lot of these guys are older players. I'm not playing a lot of freshmen. I'm playing older guys that have been through it. So I'm excited to see how they get after it.
Joe?
Aaron came through with the bases loaded there. I fouled off a few pitches. I'm sure he would have liked the grand slam there, but still came through. I guess
I'll take the hit.
Yeah, I'm sure how good is it to see him just kind of establishing himself after he had dealt with some injuries over the past few years.
Yeah, he's been a big piece for us. I mean, he's playing really well right now. He gives a little protection in that lineup, lengthens our lineup. You know, the one thing you don't realize about Aaron is he flies. He's a big physical kid who hits homers, but I mean, you've seen him beat out some big plays here in big innings lately. I mean, and he did that again tonight.
Steve.
Back to A&M, a little bit different squad this year. I mean, I know you haven't really dug deep into them yet, but maybe how is this A&M team a little bit different than last year?
Well, they're a lot different because they brought in a lot of guys. They brought in a lot of older players. You're facing an older lineup. I think there's one freshman in there, and he's super talented. And then it's a lot of older players who've done it in college baseball. And so you're going to have to really work through that lineup. And then, pitching wise, they've lost a handful, but they're talented, man. You're seeing a lot of velo, a lot of left-handed velo, and they pitch at a high level. I mean, they if you look at their numbers, some of their pitching numbers are the best in the country. So it's going to be, like I said, us getting in there and really compete for pitch one.
David.
And then with a quick turnaround, what do you think the rotations take shape this weekend? Can you update the status on Nate and Dylan?
Nate's just still working back when we don't have rotation yet. Literally, we're starting to watch A&M tonight and try to figure out the best pieces for us to be able to work through their lineup. So, but Nate's had another good day today. So just kind of working through everything. But it's not an overnight jump back in there. So.
And Dylan?
Dylan's close. Yeah, Dylan could have played today. He's just a little sore. So, in the lineup, the way the lineup's playing right now, I think we're playing pretty good.
Coach, one more health question. Joe Powell after game today.
I haven't got an update. I haven't. They took him out in the concussion protocol, so I'm not saying he has it, but it's just something we have to watch. So we have that new rule in college baseball where you can take him out, put him back in if needed. And so I have the ability to take him out and to have him take a look at him. I just haven't met with anybody. I came straight to you.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.